You have essentially destroyed any chance I have, DNC chair told David Hogg in private meeting. Holy man.
And I'll say, look, it has plenty of warts, and we're all trying to change those for sure. But the longer we continue this fight, the harder it is for us to actually do what we all want to do, which is make a difference in this country again. So I deeply respect you, David. I too was looking forward to working with you, but this has created a situation, and I'll be very honest with you, for the first time in my 100 days on this job, and Jessica knows this, the other night I said,
unbelievable weakness, genuinely. Genuinely. If any military leader demonstrated this kind of weakness, they would have a short conversation with a commissar, okay? You lead the DNC. In this moment of history, you're choosing this moment to be a giant bitch?
To myself for the first time, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And partly not because of the stress and all the naysayers, right? I'm used to that. I've spent 14 years as a chair. I'm used to getting beat up on. But, you know, this is really everything, you know, from this election, this credentials report, and how Malcolm's been treated in this, to, you know, the fact the election itself, how Shasti and Gina were treated in this. I'm just quite frustrated to be in this position, because what you've done, whether you like it or not, or know it or not, David, is no one knows who the hell I am, right?
This is why the Democrats lost to the Republicans, and it's why they're not doing anything right now. This is a culture of internal weakness that needs to be eradicated, like a termite infection from a house. These people are not fit to work in politics. These people should be shining my shoes. These people should be sweeping the streets or doing something productive, okay? These people should not be in politics. These are dickless, twiddly little bureaucrats. These are accountants. These people are not cut out for this work. They clearly don't have the balls for it. They are weak. I think people have pointed this out for years. Liberals have mistakenly believed it to be online posturing. They don't seem to understand there are real stakes and consequences to this. I don't think they understand that courage actually is a meaningful spirit, is a meaningful component to this work. It is embarrassing that the Republican Party fields and promotes time after time low IQ people, degenerates, wife beaters, alcoholics, and druggies. And in spite of their multiple character deficiencies, these people time and time again win in political battles with the Democrats because they have one thing the Democrats don't, which is balls. And they have them in abundance. Literally, that's all. There are plenty of Democrats who have balls. The average liberal Democrat voter has more balls than this guy. The average person who voted for Kamala Harris in the 2024 presidential, I guarantee you, has stronger convictions than these people. The average libshit. These people are shockingly weak. And I think that's because, as a prerequisite to be a Democrat, to be in Democratic leadership, you have to be weak, because only a weak person could claim to stand for the people, but really stand for Wall Street. The Republicans don't have this issue because they are openly evil. There's a continuous through line, right? You go in there, they don't have to be weak. There's not an internal compromise. No Republican gets into politics because they want to help people. That's not who the party elevates. But the Democratic Party will find people who start out wanting to help others, and then they have to engage in the self-selection. Who starts out wanting to help others, but is willing to be broken until they are complacent enough to allow, well, the likes of Schumer and Jeffries, right? To allow this to be the state of the party. And as a consequence, the only people who rise to the top of this party are weak. Shockingly weak.
I'm trying to get my sea legs underneath of me and actually develop any amount of credibility so I can go out there and raise the money and do the job I need to put ourselves in a position of...
This would be pathetic to hear from a person in a mid-level managerial position. If you worked at a a clothing store, if you worked at a department store and you had a like a mid-level manager, not even like store owner or whatever, just mid-level, right, who was talking like this, you're really undermining my authority. I'm still trying to get my bearings here 100 days in. You're making that. This would sound weak from them. This guy's DNC chair.
Win. And again, I don't think you intended this, but you essentially destroyed any chance I have to show the leadership.
It's ruined. It's ruined because of you. You did it. You've challenged my leadership by suggesting that we should promote competent Democrats and primary weak ones. Well, now we know why Ken Martin hated David Hogg's suggestion that weak Democrats need to be primary, because he himself is one of them. What's with all the anti-weak Democrat bias? Shouldn't the party have space for useless, inept pieces of shit?
That I need to. So it's really frustrating.
Are you crying?
Gene.
He is crying. He is crying. He's crying. He's crying.
Frustrating. Gene.
He needs to resign. He needs to resign immediately. This is unconscionable. Resign in disgrace. Leave the country. Go to an island and be a fisherman. I don't care. This is a one-party country. I actually can't believe it. You know, for years now I've called out the Democrats on being weak, but normally the weakness I'm referring to are people like Schumer or Jeffries or Biden or Kamala Harris, who are so watered down by consultancy and by in-group bias, and you know, they don't talk to normal people. They have no idea what the f they're supposed to do or say. Normally the weakness I'm referring to is a broader ideological weakness, okay? It's not usually like you're just like you personally, you as an individual are a spineless wretch. Like that's normally, it's the previous kind. We've compounded weakness. I'm not joking even a little. This level of weakness is going to get us killed. The choice to elevate people like this is a decision to have you killed. The Democratic Party might as well be putting a gun to your temple. We're not, this isn't sports here. Everyone's lives, their continuity and well-being depend on the results of this ongoing battle. The Democrats choosing to elevate people like this is a choice to put a bullet between your eyes and mine. Crying. Jesus Christ. In a statement, DNC Associate Chair Shasti Conrad, who attended the Zoom meeting and was briefly mentioned on it, said Martin, quote, showed vulnerability in a private conversation and, quote, stood up for the Democratic Party. He shows up with authenticity always, she said. That's what you'll hear on the tape. He's going to be DNC chair for 57 years. I'm going to die an old man hearing about how he's trial running a new fundraising strategy to finally end the 50-year-long Republican Reich. Kenyatta, who was also at the meeting, similarly stood by Martin. Breaking news, a human being had a frustrating day at work. They literally are ooh-woo small beaning the DNC chair. They don't care. They hate you, dude. They really hate you. They hate you more than the Republicans do. At least the Republicans, the Republicans see you as like an entertaining obstacle to overcome in their pursuit of maximizing human suffering. But the Democrats, they feel resentment towards you. The Republicans don't. The Republicans see you as an inhuman obstacle. But the Democrats despise you because in addition to not caring about your well-being at all, they also resent the fact that you expect them to do their job and protect you. It's just a human being having a frustrating day at work. After Politico reached out to Martin and the DNC, three party officers who were on the call but not contacted by Politico sent statements of support for Martin, DNC Associate Chair Stuart Applebaum, DNC Secretary Jason Ray, and Rep. Joyce Betty, a DNC Associate Chair and former Chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. And they all fall in rank to protect because they know that the party exists to siphon high salaries into a couple thousand lucky people who get to make their money doing nothing. When Martin campaigned for the DNC post, he called for a, quote, massive narrative and branding project to boost the party's image. It's going great. I will never give these people money again in my life. I will never give them money. You gave them money? I'm virtue signaling. I have no idea when the last time I've given money through Act Blue is. People like Mamdani deserve it. Not every person who runs as a Democrat is part of this machine. But, you know. True, I did buy Biden merch. That is true. That is true. I bought the Biden merch, the mug with the Dark Brandon thing. You still have the mug? Yeah, I'm not going to throw it away. It's kind of like a bittersweet memory of like a brief period of time during which there was maybe a tiny glimmer of uh comedic, what would you call it? Not comedic. A little bit of like self, mockery that resonated, that kind of a little whimsy, a little whimsy, a little whimsy. Is anyone else like angrier about this than anything else that's happened recently? I'm actually like livid. I'm really trying to restrain myself with my commentary on this. Yeah, props to whoever leaked this. Thank you, Politico, for broadcasting it. The indescribable hatred for Ken Martin and everyone protecting him